Alhamdulillah, thumma salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala ahlihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. Fassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we are going to be discussing how to find jobs on Upwork. The first thing regarding finding job on Upwork is going to be our strategy. So, I'm going to be introducing you to the strategy we're going to be using. So, the very first strategy is that we're going to be looking for jobs using our keywords. So these keywords are the words that you would use to search for jobs on Upwork. I'm going to be doing a practical walkthrough of everything I'm explaining. But I just want you to understand the strategy behind everything we want to do. So by the time we get to Upwork, we'll be able to synchronize and we'll be able to move easily. For looking for jobs, whenever you search for any keyword, for example, like the ones we have seen in the past when we're doing our research, like maybe content writing or maybe copywriting. So all of those keywords, I said whenever you see all of those any of those keywords, you should write them down. So when you start writing copy, maybe writing, you see that it will write copywriting, copywriter. All of those keywords that it's writing, you should actually take them and you should pen them down somewhere. So you use that to search for jobs. And one thing that is necessary to mention here is that in as much as we are going to be niching down to a specific niche, like for example, you might be doing copywriting, another person might just be doing ghostwriting. Is There's nothing wrong in actually going to check out other niches after you have exhausted your own niche, because your niche is where you have your strength at the most, because all your platforms are set up with that in mind. So it gives you an unfair advantage when compared to others. But once you're done utilizing the offers available in your niche, you can also there's nothing wrong in trying out other writing niches, because we're going to be explaining how to deliver the services for each and every one of these niches. So basically, what you want to do is prioritize on the one that you have your profile set up on, but you can actually just also try out other niches. That's to go for jobs after you have actually done the needful for your own niche. But even the niches you are choosing, they are actually niches that actually have a lot of jobs too. But we're just saying that because we don't want anyone to have any excuse for not doing the outreach. And we're also going to be teaching you other skills like Google My Business setup. We're going to be teaching you Facebook ads. We're going to be teaching you social media management. All of these skills are things that you can also apply for other niches too. Once you have exhausted the available niches. So basically, the point I'm trying to raise is that you should not be at a point whereby you can't actually apply for any job. So there will always be something for you to apply for. So once you find the job you like, you give it a heart. So there's a way you just click on the heart button. And the reason for this is so that Upwork will be able to start looking for more jobs like that and showing them to you. So then once you've clicked on the art, the next thing is that you're going to get the information of the buyer, because the idea behind our strategy is because Upwork is getting expensive to actually reach out to buyers. We are going to try to look for information of the buyer so that we'll be able to reach out to them on all those other platforms. And that's why we set up our other platforms to be professional. So we'll be reaching out to them via all those other platforms. And that's the next step. So you contact them on all possible platform channels. So it's worth mentioning that sometimes you might find all the channels, sometimes you might find only maybe three of them. So just basically you are going to do your best to make sure that you find all possible channels that you can communicate to the buyer, and you're going to reach out to them. And once you reach out to them the first day, so you're going to follow up on the third day, and you're also going to follow up on the seventh day, and also after a week after the seventh day. So that's the formula. That's the meaning of the 1 1 3 3 7. So 1 year is the first day, 3 is the third day, 7 is the seventh day, and the second 7 is actually after a week after the seventh day you have contacted them. So that's the idea behind the system we're going to be building. So it's a good thing to have somewhere you note it down, whether you would be writing it down in your book, or maybe you would have a Google sheet that you would be penning down their information, and you'll be ticking it that okay, I've actually sent the first day, the third day, and so you'll be able to follow up on everyone you're reaching out to. So now that we understand our strategy, the next thing is to inquire regarding what kind of information would we be looking out for. So the kind of information we'll be looking out for is first the full name of the buyer. So that's what we'll be needing. We'll also be looking out for their location. We'll be looking out for their company name. We'll be looking out for their industry. We'll be looking out for their program, whether they have a product that they are selling, whether they have a course, whether they have a service, all of those things. We're going to be looking out for all of those things. We'll be searching for them and getting those information right from Upwork. And we'll also be looking for the year the account was created. So if an account is a recent account, there's likelihood that they are not going to have a lot of maybe orders because it's a recent account. It's not always like that though. But if you try to look for their information and you don't find it and you realize it's a new account, you can just go to another job post so you don't waste much time on an account that is new. So where are we going to get all of this information we are talking about? Where are we going to get their full name? Where are we going to get their company name? Where are we going to get their emails and all of those information that we are mentioning and their industry, the products they sell and all of those stuff? Where are we going to get it? We are going to get it from first the reviews. So what I mean by reviews, the reviews that the freelancers they worked with in the past gave. So some of them will mention their name. They can just say it was nice working with maybe Max or it was nice working with John. So they can actually mention their name when giving reviews to them. So another way you can actually get their information is from their actual job posts. It can be that present job post, or you can even check out for their previous job posts that they have sent in the past. If you check them out, you would see you can actually see maybe their company name there, or you can even see their name. Or do you understand? So it's also one of the places we will be checking out to check out for their information. Then another thing is to check out the attachments. So whether it's the present job post or the previous ones, do you understand? Check out the attachments that are attached there, and you'll be able to get insights from what they are saying there and even where they are from or other information that we'll be needing. And lastly is the links. So whatever links they attach to, whether the present job or the previous jobs, you go through them, you check out those links, you check out if it's a website, you check it out to see if you can get information. So once you get all of this information, so these are the information we are going to be looking out for. We might not get everything, but we are going to be using the information we have to get their channels, the channels with which we would communicate to them. And what are the channels? The first of them is email. So one of the things we'll be needing to get is their email. So we are going to use all of those information we've gotten on Upwork to go and get their email. We're also going to be using all of those information to get their website. So, and if we get their website, another thing we can do is we can actually, if they have a contact form, we can try to fill their contact form, or also try to book an appointment. So if you fill a contact form or book an appointment, they're likely to respond to you. So the email with which they respond to you with is likely to be their actual genuine email. So that's another way to get their email. So another way is through LinkedIn. So I'm going to be showing you how to check through all these platforms. Another way is through LinkedIn. Another way is also through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can see that all the platforms that we set up are mentioned here. So because we are going to be using them to reach out to our clients. And that's why it's very important we set up our profiles properly such that by the time we are reaching out to them, we would have a very strong personality and they will be able to treat us accordingly like someone who is very professional. Now that that is understood, so we're going to be using these tools. We're going to be using Google. We're going to be using Apollo.io. We're going to be using LinkedIn, and we're also going to be using YouTube. So to actually get out all of those information using that we've gotten. Let's say, for example, we got their full name, we got their company name. We can use Google to search for the company name plus the name of the person. So we can also use Apollo.io to search for their information. We can also use LinkedIn to do the same, and likewise YouTube. So we can use YouTube. If they have a YouTube channel, we can go to YouTube and there's a way we can actually check for their email via YouTube. So we're going to be showing you all of this and how you can actually achieve it. So, but the idea is basically to get as much channels, as much communication channels that we have listed here, as much as possible of them, so that we'll be able to reach out to them through those multiple channels and present our offer to them. Now, this is the pitching framework. So when you reach out to them, how do you reach out to them? So the first thing we are going to do is, and that's the essence of this framework. So is that we are going to send the message to them. So how does the message look like? So the message would start with maybe the person's name, maybe A Max or A John or A something. So and you're going to also use an icebreaker. So an icebreaker is basically something that talks about something that recently happened in their business, or maybe they just won an award, or something like that, something that shows that you have done some efforts to check out about them, to find out about them. And if you don't find something like that, you can just say, okay, I really love what you're doing with your company name, something like that. And another way to do it is, if you don't find a icebreaker that you can use, you can also actually use the method of just sending a message to them like, okay, hey, maybe Max, are you open to a business opportunity? And that's all. You just send that message to them. So if they respond to, sorry, are you open to a new partnership? Sorry, not business opportunity. So are you open to a new partnership? So once they respond that, oh, sure, then you can now send um, this framework, but it won't be needing a icebreaker. It's now going to have maybe your name, the introduction of your expert, and all of those other things. So the second aspect is the introduction, showing your expertise. So I'm going to be showing you an example of all of this, inshallah. So we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to be showing our expertise as to why we should be chosen. And thereafter, we're going to be giving an emotional trigger. So the emotional trigger is going to be a way of trying to balance up the fact that we are actually contacting them on multiple platforms, because it looks aggressive. So we're going to use an emotional trigger to actually suppress the effect. And this emotional trigger, we will be changing it for different platforms. We're not just going to write the same message and copy it all through to all the platforms. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to actually rewrite it. So we can rewrite it using meta.ai, or you can your meta AI that is on your WhatsApp or on Facebook, or you can rewrite it using chat GPT. Any of them works. So, and then we are going to tell them why we are the best. Three is usually ideal for this. Just mention three reasons. So I'm going to be showing you an example of this very soon. And the last one is that you're going to ask an intelligent question about the product and about the project. That's maybe something that is ambiguous, that is not clear enough. Or you can ask something that you feel is very important that you should mention but you didn't mention. So you can ask regarding it. And if you don't find any of these in the job post, then you can just ask if you can just send your portfolio to him for him to review. So this is the pitching framework that we use, and this framework has worked for a lot of people, and inshallah it's going to work for you too. So this is an example. So you can see that the example of this is, hey Max, I really like what you're doing with Jink Inc. So this is the icebreaker. This I really like what you're doing. So if you wanted to do it the other way, it's just going to be that you just send hey Max, are you open to a new partnership? That's just going to be what you send. And you just send the message. That's all. You're not going to send any other thing. You're not going to introduce yourself. You're not going to do anything. So if you wanted to use, if you didn't have an icebreaker that you can actually use, you can just send that. So, hey Max, are you open to a new partnership? So if you respond that, oh, sure, sure. So then you're now going to introduce yourself. Do you understand? Like, so you now continue just like this. So I'm Mashud, a senior sales expert copywriter who has worked for leading e-commerce brands. So I saw you were looking for a copywriter that is passionate about taking Jing to the next level. So this is your introduction. So you can see that you are showing your expertise, and you're showing that you are good for the job. And then you now, this is where we use the emotional triggers. So you can see we said, don't be offended that I went the extra mile to send you this email. I know it's aggressive, but I wouldn't have gone this far if I wasn't confident I was the best. So this is the emotional trigger. So we're trying to suppress the effects of actually being aggressive and giving our reason for doing that. So you know that this format, we're going to, I've said it that we're going to actually tweak it a bit for different platforms. So if we're going to be doing it for Facebook, it's going to be different. And you would bear in mind that if it's going to be Facebook, it can be email, it can be maybe this message. Do you understand? So you just need to tweak it a bit. So, and I've told you that you can use any of the AIs to just rewrite it for you. So you can just tell it that rewrite. You can just type this and just say rewrite this with 5 examples. So, and you just input all of this information, and it's going to give you the 5 different creative ways that you can use. And all you just need to do is just adjust it as appropriate. So it won't be perfect, but you won't need to do the brainstorming or the long brainstorming on this. So in continuation, so the fourth aspect of it is why we should be choosing, and that's here's why I'm the best. So the very first one is I only work with a maximum of 5 jobs at a time to ensure top quality for my clients. The second reason is I maintain top notch ongoing support even after the completion of the project. I don't ghost them. So so I don't ghost my clients. This I don't ghost them doesn't sound too okay. So but you get the idea. So then the next one after that is most of my clients come from referrals because of my attitude to work and prompt response. So and then the last one is going to be our call to action, which is in this case is just can I send a link to my portfolio? So this is an example of a message you would send to them initially, and then we await their response. Usually they will respond soon, or if they don't respond early enough, then we send the follow up the third day. After that, we send the follow up again after a week. That's the seventh day, and after that, we send a follow up after another week. So 1377. So this is basically the wrap up of what we are going to be doing, and this is how we're going to be doing our outreach. So we will realize that we won't be needing the connects after all in on Upwork. So we'll just be using the outreach methods to contact them, and once we contact them, we can now proceed with the project. So I'm going to be going to Upwork to show you the live walkthrough of how we can do this, and we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Taala blesses our efforts. So we're going to go to Upwork, upwork.com. So this is our Upwork account. So usually Upwork is going to be suggesting best matches for us here. You can see there are quite a number of jobs. 1 hour ago, yesterday, 45 minutes ago. However, I personally prefer to use the search. So the search I used recently, you can see it's copywriting, copywriter, copywriting. So let me just go for copywriting. So for you too, once you type in anything, let me just say it. You can see immediately I go to copywriting, it has started giving me suggestions: email copywriting, website copywriting, sales copywriting. So all of these are keywords that each of them you can actually just search for jobs based on each and every one of these. Copywriting itself. So all of these things, whenever you have it, you should pen them down so that you have a long list of keywords that you are going to be using on a daily basis to search for jobs, at least 10 of them for each niche. So you search for different keywords, and you'll be able to search for a lot of jobs. So let's just start with this copywriting. So for copywriting, you can see that we have entry level jobs, we have intermediate jobs, and we have expert jobs. So because depending on whatever your skill level, but if you've not yet perfected your skill, I would advise you stick with entry and intermediate level for now until you own your skill and you have that very strong confidence, and then you can go to the expert level. So whenever you see any job that you like, do you understand? You can just love it. Let me okay. This person is from Africa. Let me just try it out. So this person refresh, copy, and website and design. In my case, I know how to design website. Let's just say, okay, this is something that I'm interested in. What I'll just do is I'll just the first thing, and this is what I meant by art. So it means that you are loving that job. So Upwork will know that okay, this kind of jobs you like them, and they will be presenting it to you. So this person has spent $9,000. So this person is obviously an African, but the person has actually worked on Upwork for a while. So you can just and the person has very good ratings. See, almost 5 ratings. You can see 11 people have rated him or her. Do you understand? So let's just check out the job. So what I'm going to do is I right click and I open it on a new tab. Now, just as we have said, there are some things we said we'll be needing for our Upwork. So I'm going to list them out in my word counter. I usually use word counter for this, but I would advise you use maybe a sheet or a book where you can actually just keep a track of it. But I'm just going to be using word counter for this for the purpose of this explanation. But it's good to have somewhere it's documented, whether it's a Google Sheet, whether it's a book, but basically somewhere you can actually write out those details, and it'll be easier for you to follow and keep track of. Okay, I've sent the first message, second message, and the rest, and you'll be able to have all their details, their website, their email, and all of those things there. So for us, the information we said we'll be needing are first their name, and the second thing we said they're going to be needing is their company name. So another thing we said we're going to be needing is their location. So let me location. Another thing we said we'll be needing is their industry. So all of these things, we just write them out. So after a while, we already have it. So their program or whatever product they are selling slash product slash service. So the other thing we're looking for is the year they created of account creation. So then for the information we'll be needing their email. We'll also be needing their website. We'll also be needing their LinkedIn. We'll also be needing their IG, Instagram. We'll also be needing their Twitter, which is X. And lastly, their phone number, if you can get it. We might not really use it for much, but it's just good to have it. Okay, I think those are the things we'll be needing. So just as we've said, what we'll be using for this, the very first point is your review. So just go and check out the reviews that they have. It's a very good way to even start with the names. Then after that, you check out the job posts, then attachments, links, and all of those things. So, but let's go. So this is the actual job post. So if you scroll down, you see the reviews. So what we are looking out for is the name. So this is to freelancer. So this is the name of the freelancer, David, sorry. You can see to freelancer. This is the name of the freelancer. So what we are looking for is before the freelancer, you can see this really good. Before to freelancer, this is the one that this person gave her or him, whoever that person is that we're looking out for. So what we're just going to be looking for is I really enjoyed working with Will. Great. Let's see. I'm not sure of so this no name here yet. Let's look at everything. Just make sure you check all the reviews. Oh, okay. This client is pirated. Nothing here. Nothing yet. Okay. Let's see. This is the one to the freelancer. Okay, this is the one to the freelancer. Okay, Alhamdulillah. See, this is Annie. You can see Annie. Annie is a gem of a person, and she's doing for the what she's doing for that. So basically, this is her name. So Annie. So we're just going to come to our word counter. So we have at least our first name, Annie. So we go on. Let's see. Is there any other thing we can get here? So usually the name is usually what we'll get most of the times from the review. So once we have that, so what we're going to now do is we're going to now go back again, and now we're going to look for all the other jobs that she has actually ever posted. So each of these ones here, you can see Salesforce service. You just right click, open a new tab. That's one job. So you scroll down again. This is another one. Open a new tab. This is another one. I've opened this. So open this in new tab. QuickBooks. Just open all jobs that are clickable. Some of them might not be clickable, but anyone that is clickable, just make sure you open it in a new tab. So just keep opening it in a new tab. Every single one. Okay. So we have quite a number. I think that's all. There are no more jobs. So what we're going to do is we're going to now start checking out each of those jobs one after the other. So in the description of the job to see. So here they are talking about a new company logo. Let's see if they will mention the name of their company. Let's see, nothing yet. Nothing yet. There's nothing here on that. Let's go to the next one. So that's how you're going to be checking through. Okay, they are into affordable housing and social enterprise website or something. We don't know yet, but at least this points to the fact that they are into housing. So let's just say housing or real estate. Let's just call it what they call it, affordable housing and this. Let's just copy it. So that's likely to be their industry. Where were we? This was the first one I went to. This was the second one. So let me see. Okay. Their location, Uganda, Kampala. So we have that too. Location, Uganda, Kampala. So we are still on the second one. Let's see. Is there another thing? And you can see that she has been a member since 2019, so she has been on the platform for long enough. So we should be able to get quite a number of information. She has done quite a number of jobs too. So, right, okay, we have gotten this information before. We've gotten all of this. Nothing much here. Okay. Let's go on. WordPress website designer, design company, video animations. Okay, nothing much here. We'll look 2 years experience editing. Nothing much here. Too. So you just keep checking it out. The goal is to see if, oh, Alhamdulillah, see this. Smart Havens Africa's mission. So that's our company. Impact report that features Smart Havens. So that's most likely to be their company's name, Smart Havens Africa's mission. So that's their company. Just copy it. Smart Havens Africa. So let me just delete the apostrophe. I think this was where I got it from. Let's see. So we just keep on checking for every information we can get from it in all of this category. We can see we have name, we have the company name, we have their location. We know they are into housing. We don't know exactly what they're doing with housing, but we know they are into housing. The year of account creation, we have that. So we have almost all what we need. Let's just go through everything just to gain if there's any insight. We have 5 million funders to support. So I know with what we have now, we should be able to get something good out of it, inshallah. Let me see. Mm, Okay. Okay. Now let's now search. So I'm going to search for Annie Smart Havens Africa. So I'm going to use a new um, Chrome browser. It's just more convenient for me, such that it's going to be. I know that is everything that is for Annie that will be there. Annie Smart Havens Africa, Uganda. Oh, sorry, Uganda, Kampala. So you can see it's the person's name, the company, and the location. So just search all of that. So you can see. So we can see our full name now. So Annie Weyoka or something like that. So I don't know. So you just open all those things on a new tab. Every one of them, just open it on a new tab. Just keep opening everything on a new tab. So you get a lot of information. You can see all of this is still about them. So with this, you'll be able to get quite a number of information. Even here too, I think there are some images. So with that, so this is the person, Annie. You can see. So we go to our other tab. Where is it? Okay, this is it. So we already have a full name. So our full name is this. So and the company is still correct. So we have that too. Okay, so we have that here. So she's the CEO of Smart Havens Africa. So she's the owner of the business and she's the one coming. So it means she's the actual decision maker. Let's click on this, maybe to take us to our website. This is not our website. Oh, this is their website, Smart Havens Africa, I think. SHA. It's most likely to be their website. SHA will be Smart Havens Africa. So you can see this is their website. I think this is her. I think. So you can see. So this is likely to be the website they said they want to work on. So you can see that we're having information about what they do now. So it's not like they are they are giving people homes or something like that. They build homes or something like that. So this is their Facebook page, you can see. So this is their website. So if you check here, let's check this. So we are correct about the website, you can see. So this is their email. You can see their phone number. You can see. So these are all. So let's start filling in the data into our Control C. Sorry about that. Where is this? Okay. Yeah. So this is the phone number. So we have their Facebook account. Oh, I didn't include Facebook. Yeah. Look at me. So let me just include Facebook. So we have the link to their Facebook. So it's not compulsory you find everything. So they might not be available all. So this is their company, and I think this is a personal one. So what you want to be doing is you want to connect to a personal one. So with a personal LinkedIn, you should be able to connect with her. So we check if she's on Instagram or something. We've not seen anything about Instagram here. But this is their company profile. Let me see. What again? Twitter, website. Okay, we already have their website. I think this is their website. So the email, we have a support email. It's not likely to be a personal email. So if you scroll down, okay, this Facebook, on their website, there's a Twitter link, there's an Instagram link. You can see. So let's see. This is the Instagram. Let's see what's okay. Great. So we have their Twitter. So bear in mind that this is their company. So we want to find out their personal handles on all of these platforms. So this is a company account where they are dropping. So this is not compulsory, depending on the size of the company, anyways. So, but I see her to be a very major part of the brand itself. So there's high likelihood that even if you message their company profile, you actually get to her. So don't just stress yourself over you not finding the personal. So the idea is just basically to get their different channels of actually reaching out to them and reaching out to them through those different channels. So we don't need to stress it too much. So so this is their Instagram, you can see. So this is the Instagram page. So it's like, let me just copy this. So the idea still remains the same. You can see. So Twitter, I think we got something on Twitter. Yes, this is their Twitter. You can just see. So it's like we have everything except for their email. Let's see. I think I saw their email somewhere. Let's go back to LinkedIn. So the only so there are some other tools I'm going to be showing you now. Um so um so for the email, let me see. If you go to contact us, you should be able to see some information there. So this is the contact form I said. So you can actually also fill the contact form too to contact them and see what response to you. Then this support, you can see support at. So this is an email, but this support email is not likely to be our own email. You understand? So we might need to just still get our own email. So for us to get our own email, there are a number of tools we use. One of the tools we use is Apollo. So for those of us that have been with us for a while, you know what Apollo is. So, but we're just going to be using Apollo to search. So we won't need to. It's just any basic Apollo account will work. So another thing you can use, the other tools we are going to be using will be working with LinkedIn. They're just Chrome extensions. So like Sales SQL or Contact Out or Snuff.io or Hunter.io. So all of these ones work as Chrome extensions. So if, for example, let me search for sales sales SQL Chrome extension. So this sales SQL Chrome extension, for example. Okay, this is the extension. So I'll just add it to Chrome. So for that sales SQL, you have to download the Chrome extension. So once you're done installing the Chrome extension, so the very next thing you want to do is just sign up. It's going to prompt you to sign up like this. So you use your Google account to sign up. That's all. So I'll sign up in my Google account. So just ensure that you have your Google account on the browser and it will be very easy for you. So I don't know what's wrong. It's failing. Let me try another account. And continue. Just fill in something. It's not compulsory. Chrome extension. So you can see it has been installed on it. So once I come to my LinkedIn, let me close this. Let me just come to my normal LinkedIn account. So once I come to my LinkedIn, so when you come back to, I've been looking. So this is what I was expecting to show. This thing to the right. So once you come to your LinkedIn page again, you just try to refresh again. So once you refresh it, you're going to see it. So now this is what I was looking for. Sales QL. So he found a work email for her. And he found two direct phone numbers for her. So let me just keep this. So let me review information. So you can see this is our email. You can see Annie at, so this is our actual email. So we've gotten an actual work email. So we can come back here, and so this is what we're going to be using to contact her. Because with this, we are sure we're going to reach out to her. So do you understand? So this is basically how to use Sales QL. So the same thing with Apollo. So you just need to go to apollo.io, apollo.io. So if you don't have an account, you sign up, and if you have an account, you just log in. So any Google account will work. So just sign up with Google. So yes, okay. Agree to the terms. Sign up with Google. So I can just use this. Continue. It's having an issue with it. So it's most likely that I've actually used most of these accounts for it. So let me just look for another Google account I can use. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me try this out. So apollo.io. So let's sign up. So I'll agree to the terms and sign up with Google. Okay. Continue. Okay. Can see it was successful. So the reason is most likely because I've used those Google accounts before for Apollo. So if you find yourself in such a situation, it's most likely to be because of that. So just click on continue. Let's just skip all of this. So we're not going to be doing anything heavy. So now we just come to search here at the left tab, or you use the search here. So what you want to do is you want to search for their company. What's their company name again? Any what's let me see. Smart Avens Africa, yeah. Annie Smart Avens Africa. You can see that's her. You can see Annie Smart Avens Africa. So this is, so you can say access email. I will comply. Just close this. So you can see that we've gotten our email also from here, and it's the same email we got before. So basically, what I'm just trying to say, and this is our phone number too. So, but basically, what I'm just trying to say is, let me copy both of them. What I'm just trying to say is basically one of them work. So it's not compulsory you do everything. I personally prefer to just even use Apollo. So, but what works for you is what works for you because I know I don't interact with the extension and all of that. So if you are using your phone, you can just use Apollo because it will be easier for you that way. But if you're using your system, you can try out different methods and all of that. So all the other ones that I mentioned, like Snov, so all the other ones like Snov too that I mentioned, you can also use them. I'm going to actually even be showing you right here on this video how to actually get them and how they look. So let me just do that now. So the first one I mentioned is contact out. So you just need to check contact out extension. You can see like Google Chrome. So you click on it, Chrome extension. Google Chrome. Okay, this is it. The first one. So this is how it looks. So it's just the process is similar. You just need to add to Chrome and that's all. The same thing with Snov, snov.io, Chrome extension. So try to look for the one that has Chrome Web Store. So it's the one that has Chrome Web Store that will take you to where the extension is. You can see. So this is also it. They are also very, very similar to one another. So they are doing the same job. The same thing with Hunter.io, Chrome extension. So they are all similar. So all of these actually do the same. I'm not supposed to click this. Sorry. This is what I'm supposed to click. Chrome Web Store. So you can see this is it. So if I click on add to Chrome, just similarly to how we did for the one we did sales SQL, is just similar to that. So you just add it to your Chrome extension and you refresh your to ask you to sign up. If you want to sign up, just sign up with your Google account and it's going to add you to and you refresh your LinkedIn. So, and once you do that, you can always prospect with it. So, any of them works. Do you understand? If you can't find it with one, you can try the other. But usually, most times, you will find one would just work out fine for most of your researches. So, basically, with all of this information, we have our phone number now. We have their Facebook. We have their Twitter. We have their Instagram. We have their LinkedIn. Do you understand? We have their website, and we also have so all of these channels. Do you understand? You have all their communication channels, and what you want to do is you want to now send messages to them in all each and every one of these channels based on the template with which we have explained to you. So that's basically it. So get your hands dirty, get to work, practice all of these things we have mentioned to you. These things are golden, wallahi, these things are golden, and it's a very great opportunity and treat it as such. So get your hands dirty. When the challenge starts, we're going to be giving number of minimum amount you should send per day for all of these things. So with all of this, you can actually do a lot. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses our efforts and it makes it better understood and said and it grants us the best in this world and the next. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.